it is very difficult to go towards God, to go towards spirituality as we age. When we are young, it is much more easier for us to focus on God and to dedicate our life towards God. But as we get older, we realize that it is very difficult to put all our attention towards the path of spirituality, towards the path of liberation, because we already have so much else that we must focus on. So our attention gets divided and we cannot focus wholly on God, on attaining nirvana or moksha. In ancient times, the kings, the queens, and even the common folks, they used to send their children to Gurukul when they were very young. In the Gurukul, the children will have to spend a few years with the Guru or with the master who will teach them how to live life. The Guru teaches the student about the right way to live life so that he achieves peace and also he is satisfied in his life. The Guru teaches the student the right way to live his life so that he can achieve both material and spiritual success. The Guru also teaches the students that the purpose of human life is to attain moksha, liberation, and not to consume or to enjoy. Consumption and enjoyment of life might happen as we are going towards the path of Godhood, but that is not the main focus of life. The ancient people knew and understood that it is much easier to lead children towards the path of spirituality rather than adults. As we become adults, we get too much invested in the world. So we lose focus and we barely have any time left for spirituality. For us, spirituality is an afterthought. First, I will have to complete my duties, complete my obligations towards the world, towards my family. And only then, if there is a little bit of time left, I will focus my attention towards my own liberation. That is a very slow and painful path. The main focus should be on spirituality. Our family and our worldly obligations come later. This is why we must be very careful not to create many bondages or attachments in the world. If we have a big family, we have to take care of them. If we have a big house, it will need repairs. It will need maintenance. If we have an expensive car, we'll have to buy insurance. We have to take care of the car. If we run a big business or if we have a stressful job, we cannot focus on spirituality because our time will be divided. This is why the ancients taught children that if we are to attain moksha, we have to live a life of minimal indulgence in the world. We must stay in the world only till the point that it is required. We should not get too invested in the world or in the material things. We should stay invested in the world only to the degrees that is absolutely required. We should not spread our wings too much and get too involved in the material things, in the material plane, in the worldly affairs. We should do the bare minimum in the world and we should focus on spirituality, on our own liberation. However, this is only for those who are truly motivated to attain nirvana. It is not for someone who wants to enjoy the material goods. If we are absolutely sure that we must attain nirvana in this lifetime, and we cannot wait for that to happen, we must give all our attention towards our sadhana. Once we get older, it gets very difficult for us to get rid of all the attachments in the world. If we already have a big family, now it will be very difficult for us to get rid of them, because it will cause a lot of pain and misery. If we explain to our family that I want to attain moksha, I want to attain nirvana, they might not support me, and that will create conflict, and it will create a lot of division in the family. Similarly, if I have a job which requires a lot of my time, I cannot focus on spirituality. Even if I explain to my boss that spirituality is important to me, he or she will not agree and will tell me that if we want the money, we have to work as per the conditions that they want me to work. This is why it is very beneficial for the spiritual man or woman to have no family, or to have a small family who support him or her towards their journey to godhood or moksha. It is not impossible to attain moksha even if we are, for example, married, but it becomes a lot more difficult. People like Ramakrishna, Paramahamsa, and Nisargadatta Maharaj have attained nirvana despite the fact that they have a family. But it only happened because they had a supportive family who did not oppose their ascension towards liberation. Other spiritual teachers like Ramana Maharishi or Adiguru Shankaracharya did not have any family, so it was relatively easier for them to walk the path of renunciation. It is very difficult to leave your wife or husband or children and go towards liberation. Some might even call it selfish. So it is better for us to start our journey towards spirituality when we are young, because that way we will create few bondages and attachments. However, if we have already created a lot of bondages and we have already settled ourselves in the world where we are held by so many things that we cannot let go of, we can still attain moksha if we remove those attachments one by one. But it will be painful and it will take a lot of willpower and discipline and motivation. However, if one is interested, it is certainly possible to get rid of all bondages and attain nirvana, regardless of his age. Our family, our friends, our material things that we own are not actually our bondages. We can let go of them anytime that we want. The only reason it becomes a problem is because mentally we get attached to them. We are scared to lose them. We want to hold on to the things that we own and to our family. We cannot accept the fact that they are not ours and that we have to get rid of them sooner or later. If mentally we can understand that we own nothing, there is nothing that is ours, we are the pure consciousness or the Brahman, and that we are not one individual who is residing in this particular body, who has a particular name, that we are everything all at once, and that no particular thing belongs to us. We are everything, and we are experiencing everything all at once right now. We will attain nirvana right now if we can do that. However, to realize that, to experience that for ourselves is the whole journey. For some, it takes a few months. For some, it might take decades. But we must ultimately come to that realization that we are not this body, we are not this mind, we are everything all at once. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.